Kathy Connelly, and I primarily do watercolor. But not to say that I have not tried other mediums, and I am presently enrolled in a oil workshop that I'm going to be starting this Saturday for 6 weeks. So I'm excited about that because I'm somewhat familiar with the medium. I've used it, but this will be a new adventure.
All right. What got you started in watercolor painting?
When did I start? Like what year or how long ago? Like early 1990s.
Mm-hmm.
I started by taking classes at the local VOTEC evening classes.
Mm-hmm.
And from there it evolved into taking workshops with Tim Weaver, who is from the Hazleton area. I was with him for a good many years because I really consider him my mentor with watercolor. And then from there I took workshops with some internationally known watercolor artists, and my most recent one I took with Frank Webb. So, you know, everyone brings a new feature to what you can do. So you learn if just one thing from each person you take workshops with.
What is your favorite subject matter?
My favorite subject matter, oh, I know I have a lot of florals, and florals was one of the things I did not start out really doing. It was probably more landscape, and I also like cityscape. I like using figures in my pieces, and that's probably pretty much it. I mean, for some reason or other, though, I did get back into doing florals, but I think I finally made them work for me, where there was a time when I was probably too tight, and I liked the looser look.
What inspires you?
Oh, everything inspires me. There's so many things that I see that I want to paint, or, you know, you try to figure out without copying, you try to figure out how to do it with your own twist. Just about everything does. Whether I see something when I'm out and about, or just looking through books, pictures, you know, all types of things inspire me. That's why a lot of my work is very eclectic in terms of subject matter. And also sometimes the way I even present it, you know, not everything looks the same, although people do seem to be able to identify that it was a Kathy Connelly, you know, whatever. But and sometimes I get off the beaten path and do something totally different. It doesn't look like I normally do, but that's always good. You need to grow.
What is it about watercolors that engages you?
The feel. I like the looseness of them. I started out very tight, and I just like the way the water or the paint flows on the paper. Sometimes I try to spray my paper first and then just put the water to it. So yeah, that's probably what I like about it, the feel, the look afterwards. And you know, to some extent, I don't know if I've quite achieved some of the looks I'd like to do, but I'm always working on it.
What does painting mean to you?
Expression, expression of myself, and I just think it's a wonderful relaxation to do. It means a lot more to me when someone likes my work, purchases my work, and it's not so much the money, it's the fact that someone else has your pieces that they appreciate, you know, and that they can continue to see.
Where do you see painting going in the future?
Oh, for myself, I'll just keep going. You know, there's times I have so much, as you can see and look around, I have so much. I try to get it out there. For myself, I think you can't stop. I've often thought to myself, maybe I should stop because I have so much, I don't know where to go with it, but you can't. You keep piling up, and, you know, hopefully my children will have it for hundreds of years and their generations, but I'd like to see it going a lot of places. I don't know with the area that we're in, we just need to really, you know, really try to build up the arts, you know, for this area. I think it's important. I think relying on the community and some of the leadership in the community, you know, they're the ones that really help us excel when you have enough to appreciate it.
What piece of yours would you say is your favorite, and why?
Boy, there's a lot of favorites and why.
Well, are there any hung up right now?
Well, there are. I mean, I wouldn't say this is a favorite, but this is something different. It's obviously very colorful. This, I had started in a workshop and finished it at home, and it's basically definitely a mixed water media piece. It's a combination of watercolor, acrylic, and ink.
Yeah.
And after so many layers of those combinations, it's almost like a leathery piece. That's why it's actually framed without a mat, because it really sustains itself. This piece here, I love the look of what I've done with the colors and everything else. It's probably one of my favorites that's still around. I take it a few places with me, but it reminds me of the area. Just how they got the colors in it and kind of got them to stay, and that's probably one of my pieces here that I like.
Almost looks like the planet Earth in the background, like you can see almost the entire geoscape just rolling.
Exactly, and these mountains here that we have a view of, it's pretty much, very similar to that. Yeah.
Do you have any encouraging words for new artists?
Oh, gosh. Just keep working at what you're doing, and don't feel like you're a failure or you don't have enough guts to, continue what you're doing. You just, do it and start somewhere, even if you're just starting. Look for avenues to learn. I know there were 4 people I was teaching at the Council for the Arts, and a couple of them had already had the feel for painting, and some of them had no idea, know where to start. But just that little encouragement and whatever they can put down from their brush to the paper is enough sometimes to get them, to start. I know the paper, looking at the white sheet of paper is always ominous, and it was for me when I started out, but now, you just jump in, put that one blob on there and, go.
Also, for artists who want to try different media, like you said, you've tried a variety of media. What advice do you have for them? Because sometimes an artist will just sort of stick to what they know as their thing.
Right.
So.
Well, I started out in watercolor, and watercolor is a very difficult medium. It's not forgiving, and so many people are totally afraid of it. Over the years, I've heard that an artist just starting out should perhaps maybe start out in another medium before they go to watercolor, because I don't know if it's a better transition or whatever. I seem to start out in watercolor. And then I tried acrylic, I did pastel, and then of course I also did oil. I also enjoy collage. Oftentimes my discarded watercolors, I will tear, cut, whatever, and create collages from them. And that's very satisfying. And also collage enables you to really, it helps you to really be more creative, because with the collage you can basically, if you have your materials around you, you can just keep building, and as you start one, you can just, you're formulating more ideas. Whereas sometimes with a painting, you're using a subject and whatever, but with collage, you're really kind of using your own creativity and your imagination. And something like that can also inspire you into your medium,
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.